Joined now by Syracuse head coach Gary Gait. Quick statement from coach, then we'll open up for questions.
Yeah, looking forward to starting the season. Couple weeks away. Done a lot of work in the last 9 months, really trying to put a team together that compete and move this team forward and get us back to the orange of old. So we're excited about what we're seeing and looking forward to the future.
Gary, how have specifically the transfers, the newer players acclimated themselves into what you're doing?
They've been outstanding. That's the wonderful thing about most of the transfers we bring in. They're leaders. They understand how to build team chemistry. I think almost every single one of them was a team captain prior, and they captain a team and graduate, and then an opportunity to bring them in. It makes it easy to bring them into the fold because they understand the importance of chemistry and team and leadership. So the transfers have been awesome.
When you look back at last season, what needed to change coming into this year for you think?
Well, I think, we've talked a lot last year about face-offs. So, we got some new faces in that area. And freshman Johnny Mullen and transfer Mason Cohn from Tufts. And they've added to the existing group that we had last year. And we have a six-man face-off team. And we're hoping we can improve on those numbers dramatically.
Coach, specifically, what have you seen from Mason so far?
Just a incredible leader, focused on the details, and hard worker. Puts the time in to master the craft, and I'm looking forward to seeing how he does.
How have you seen Joey develop throughout this offseason, and how much credit do you give to him playing summer in Canada?
He's going to be playing lacrosse anywhere, and I think he got some great experience up in Canada, and that's going to help him, especially when you're playing in tighter spaces, the offense and finding open players and making the shorter passes. So I'm looking forward to seeing how it adds to his game when we get into competition.
Are your expectations for him, and I know the expectations for him last year couldn't have been higher for a freshman, but for your staff personally, are they higher for him?
They're high for everybody. I got to be honest. We have a ton of talent on the offense, and I'm just waiting to see them play. We're in a position we haven't really been in the last couple of years where it's tough picking the starting lineup. It's tough picking the second midfield line because you have players that can step in and play that role that may not be in it. So. I guess we're saying we have a little bit of depth, certainly on the offensive end of the field this year.
What would you be asking Coach O'Doherty to bring to the table as opposed to what you wanted Coach Petromalo to do on defense?
Well, I think, as a head coach, you're just looking for the best defense possible, and that's what certainly asked out of Coach Petromala, and he did what he did and helped develop this team. And now Coach O'Dearn is in here, and he's really creating team chemistry on defense, and I think that's going to help improve the play dramatically. These guys are getting developing the communication and really that chemistry, and they're all on the same page, and I think that's going to help us improve our defense.
No question. You've challenged yourself with the schedule. Would not want it any other way looking at it?
Well, we kind of laugh at looking at how the preseason rankings come up. We play 7 of the 8 teams ranked behind us. And the good thing is we kind of laughed and said if we didn't win an ACC game but we won every other game, I think we'd make the tournament no problem. So I think it's a perfect schedule for where we're at right now, and I think it gives us the best opportunity to be back in the postseason, and we just have to execute and finish games.
Was that a lesson from last year in making the schedule to try and ensure as best as you can those RPI numbers are what they are?
Yeah, I think so. I think we had a couple teams in there that brought our RPI right down, and all we needed was maybe another win as well. So I don't put it on the teams we played. I put it on the fact that we didn't win the big games when we needed to, and we certainly had our opportunities. And and hopefully another year of experience with our young players, our young talent, will allow us to finish games and get some more W's.
Now that Riley's healthy, what kind of dynamic does he bring to the defense?
He's just a solid, really good defender, and he's only a freshman. You know, hasn't played a college game yet, but he looks confident, and he's certainly capable. And we're hoping that really bolsters our defense and gives us more depth on that end of the field as well.
New year always brings new challenges. What's the biggest challenge that this team faces as you're, 2 weeks away from opening up things for real?
The biggest challenge is to have success, you know, to put that pressure on us, and it's to build chemistry so that when we get in tight games. Last year, I think we were in almost every game, with the exception of maybe one in the fourth quarter, and we couldn't find ways to win against the tough teams. So, you know, this year we've been focusing a lot on, you know, finishing and down by a goal, we need one more, and we're tied, let's finish it. And hopefully with the added experience that our young group has, mixed with the transfers that come in, that we can find ways to win those games.
2 more questions.
Coach, Michael Leo and Joey made a lot of strides in added to the team chemistry last year. How have you seen them as kind of veterans now, I guess, on the attack for the freshmen coming up?
Sophomore veterans, I love it. We have a lot of that going on. So, you know, I think Michael Leo is a player that has really gained a lot of confidence getting through that freshman year, and I'm expecting him to have a big year. And of course, Joey Spallina, that, you know, he expects that of himself, so I don't need to put any more pressure on him to do what he needs to do. He'll have a big year as well, and I'm looking for other players to step up, and I think it's going to be a team effort on the offensive end, so that these guys aren't going to have to try and go out and do it all by themselves. It will be a total team effort.
Stevens and English, the 2 Princeton transfers that you brought in, 2 really big impact players on a really good Ivy League team. I know one of them got hurt playing you guys last year and
Yes,
decided,
he
I
did.
guess he liked you so much to come here.
Yeah.
What do they bring in transition, you know, on the wing and everything from playing on a really good Ivy League team?
They're 2 midfielders that with a skill set that we really needed, and that's guys that can play on the wings on face-offs, guys that can play some defense if they need to, and guys that you know, kind of two-way middies that can score goals and make plays on all over the field. So that's something we didn't have a lot of. So we're feeling pretty good to have those 2 guys part of the team.